I'm Daemonxel, and this is your Eve Echoes weekly news update, where we take a deep dive into all the happenings of the week. But first, if you can tag that subscribe button, ring that bell, share and like the video, then of course you can stay up to date with everything that this channel has to offer. Now this is your game news video, and we're going to dive right into the sparse patch notes for the week of March 16th, 2022. Of course, there's only one thing of the optimizations, and sing it with me now. Updated estimated prices based on successful transactions within the market. And of course, there's always a bug fix because, just riddled with bugs. The bug fix this week is they fixed the issue where some players couldn't take the road to set sail missions or claim rewards from these missions. 20,000 skill points will be issued as compensation after maintenance, which we all got, and it was lovely. Okay, so we got a couple of things this week. We got the Inscription of the Galaxy Project leaderboard. And what is going to happen, this is the tallies of that was running that event for the last month and a half. Now, I do forget exactly what the prizes are. I believe it's, I think it's for either the top 10 or the top 20. They get medals, a custom skin for your ships. I believe that will be handed out. Stuff like that, but it's also the bragging rights too. But coming in for the top 5, we have El Gorilla, which is GRA, which is a silent Federation member. We have Saku, we have Voltage, we have Retribution Corporation in 4th, and in 5th place we have V2 Massive Dynamic. Now all 5 of these have 5 sovereignties and 650 anchor points. But what settled it was the destroyed structure values that they were able to accrue. And as stated before, that if there are 2 corporations that are tied with exactly the same thing, then they're going to share space, such as Space Hogs and TSA are sharing that 7th place marker. Now we're going to move right over to the Destruction leaderboard, and the top 5 is ZRQ, Reki, SSU, Noir, and El Gorilla again, and followed up by Dead Space. Now, the reason I'm giving you that 6th one, which is Dead Space, is because there was an announcement made by the community manager stating that, dear pilots, we've noticed that in the Inscription of the Galaxy winner list, the rule, if a corporation has the same rank on both leaderboards, they will be issued the rewards based on their sovereignty leaderboard rank. So that would be GRA. So since they can't really be on the both, GRA is going to come off that. They're going to adjust this later on during the week when they get to it. They said that resulting in some corps being listed on the 2 leaderboards. So we are working on this issue now. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Kind of ask for your patience and understanding. So they got to fix it. They're just going to remove GRA from the Destruction leaderboard. So it's no big deal. I guess whoever's in that 21st spot is going to be happy because they're going to get bumped up to the 20th. Now, of course, there is some controversy to that because a lot of places, and I'm not naming names, I'm not saying who it is, I'm not placing blame, but there were a lot of corporations out there that were launching these, passes and then blowing them up just to get on the board. So, not really pay to win, but yeah, you're pushing ISK out there to put these structures up just to destroy the structure to get you on the board. And I'm not saying it's an exploit, so on our hand is, but that's what everyone is basically doing. So, NetEase again with their with the way they run some of these contests. Now, today we did get a little bit of look into what's going to be a new return and kind of like a recruitment drive to get new members into the game. And it was posted today on the 20th. It was posted today, and it's going to start on the 23rd, where it's going to be the new version of Into Infinity, and it's a new season of Inscription of the Galaxy. So, I'm going to ask the devs if there's any way that they can, make the new Inscription of the Galaxy, because they're going to rerun this thing again, able that you can't blow up your own shit and get points for it. You blow up somebody else's crap, go scan it down, blow it up, get those fights going. But it's if you're just gonna make your own shit to blow it up to get on it's stupid. Go pick a fight. Anyway, getting back to this event, it's called Burning Night is Arriving. Brand new corp and friend recruitment system will be launched, opening the new season ranking. Like-minded folks in the corp are expecting to meet you, and more generous rewards await returning pilots. So this is going to be a great deal. If you have a friend who was thinking about dipping their toe into the game, or you wanted to get some new players into the game, this is the month to do it when they launch this event, because you can score yourself some good things. Now, I don't know what the prizes are. We really don't know that much about it yet. Even in the content creator section, we're kept in the dark, and as I always said, we're always basically kept in the dark. But yeah, so this is gonna be a great time. Now, even though I said that about the pauses, now this is another way you can do this. If you're thinking about making some alts, some fresh alts, you probably could take advantage of this by the system by bringing your alts in and claiming it as a friend. I don't know if you can or not. I don't know what's going on with this, but this could be a way to do that. Now, of course, it opens up a debate. Why is one underhanded and one not? Well, one is just you doing you, and the other is let's get some content in the game. Let's get some fights going in the game. And I'm on a half a cup of coffee and 3 hours sleep for the last 5 days. So now, before we get into the dev Q&A of the week, I do want to touch a little bit about scanning those relic sites. Now, Gigaforta actually put out, because he does do a lot of exploration, he did put a suggestion out stating that, to make the relic and data sites hacking meaningful to the player, even with the best module in hacking of 555, the failure rate is 75%. And why don't we add a hacking minigame where the player's skill, investments, and personal gaming skills actually matter? And if hacking failure occurs due to the player not hacking correctly, and not due to RNG, because if you notice that when you do those heavy boxes, and you have 555 skills, and you have the best, analyzer, data hacker, you have the best modules, you have everything going for you, it's still RNG. If you fail all those times, the box is just going to explode in front of you. And really, at that point, what is the point of putting the investments into the skills? He goes on to say that it takes about 4 to 7 hours to find a quality relic or data site, and then the cans blow up in your face for absolutely no reason because, dice rolls. And 51 other people actually supported this. They clicked it and they said it. Now, the devs have basically just gave us a little bit of insight for this. They're saying that new content is being designed. So we are going to be getting some new content for exploration down the road, whether that may be new data sites, relic sites, or more a plethora of that, or even, say you're scanning and you get some new kind of anomaly. Anyway, but they're designing some new content to come out for this. I don't know why they just don't, fix the current content that they have instead of making new stuff, but, it is what it is. It's NetEase. All right, and that's going to take us to the weekly developer Q&A for the weeks of March 9th through March 15th. Now, the first question is, the new auto-salvagers that were released were not found useful by many people and a complete waste of one mid-slot of a ship. Is there going to be any improvements on that? And will there be a manufacturing of auto-salvager added? Now, the answer to that was, we've already received a lot of valuable feedback on the auto-salvager and will enhance the auto-salvager in upcoming updates to optimize pilot's experience. Now, they did talk about this. We talked about it in the last video, that they are going to, around the balance, that April balance, up the ranges without the skills for all the salvagers. I'm not sure if they're going to do it for the dust salvager, because they did say that on the lower tech levels, they want to impede the RMT bots that are just using these ratting fleets. So expect huge range boosts to the Galante as well as the Ore Salvager. Now, the next question states that in the new update, will there be any changes to the way asteroids work? As an increase in size, currently they are barely support the current ships. A capital then or an Orca with several covered twos will finish the asteroids within a few minutes. Now, they did answer that, said, we have noticed this issue. After the industrial version, we will make timely adjustments to the asteroid belt based on pilots' mining speed. So what that basically means is they're going to, after they release these capitals, they're going to, because capitals are going to fix industry, but, you've heard that broken record before. They're going to see how long it takes for an average fleet to empty out a belt. Because they're going to, these capital mining ships are going to have formula links, which are going to help you get more yields as well as cycle speeds. Now, they're going to monitor to see exactly how long it takes. So if it takes like 5 minutes to empty out a belt, say you have a fleet of, say, 4 covered 2s and you have the capital ship there, then they're going to adjust it accordingly. They're going to look at all the belts, how long they get killed, and again, on an average, increase either the size of the rocks. Now, this isn't going to impede your mining. They're not going to adjust your mining speed, or they're not going to take away your yields per cycle. What they're just going to do is they're just going to add more minerals to these asteroids. All right, the next question is, when will we get 4 meta level 3 rigs? We get rig blueprints from Inquisitor Anomalies, but if the 4 rigs come to the LP store first, the faction war game will be more popular. It's just worded really weird here. Basically, they're stating, and this is kind of a bullshit answer here. Currently, adding rigs level 4 and rig 4 blueprints to the LP store is not in the plan. Of course, I don't know what their plan is for level 4 rigs. They've been on the auction house since rigs were, concepted, but there's no way to do them. So I don't know when they're even going to bother adding them into the game, where we can actually start using them. And speaking of faction warfare, all of you who love faction warfare like I do are going to love this last question. When will you bring back the DIR Reflection War Games mode? I love this and was so excited to get up and play it 3 times a day and all day on the weekends. Please bring this back. We need it. And the answer was, we are going to develop our next several modes based on the DR Reflection rules and feedback from players and content creators. We have also confirmed internally what modifications and unification of different modes we will apply for the main faction war games framework. Now that's beautiful news right there. They're going to have several different modes based on the reflection. Now, probably the modes that they're going to change is ship class. That's logically what I think of, because you had a lot of these lopsided matches where, you'd have 2 faction battleships and an APOC striker on one team, and on the other team it's a cruiser and 2 frigates. You know what I mean? So you had a lot of lopsided matches going on. So the changes that I can see them making is doing a class, so that if you enter in with, say, a cruiser, you would automatically be placed in that cruiser class, and everyone in that class would have maybe cruisers and below, or cruisers and frigs. It just seems logical to me that that's the route they would go with this. And now we come to your Plex market report, and yes, Plex is still on the rise. It did touch earlier yesterday that 2.9, just about the 3 million ISK per Plex mark, but it has dropped a little bit. There's a little bit on the market right now at 2.8, but it's relatively staying around 2.8 and 2.9. It's going to keep rising. I do not foresee this coming down anytime soon. It's just going to keep steadily climbing each week higher and higher. All right, and that's going to do it for this week's Eve Echoes game news. It's short, it's sweet, it's right to the point. I know you guys have the weekend coming up. This way you don't have to spend a lot of time watching my video, which I love that you do. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. But if you do need more news in your life, you know where to go. There's Sky News, Russia's premier outlet, Russian news for Eve Echoes. They have a great production team. All their videos have English subtitles, so you don't have to worry about that. And you have the legend himself, Rambo, with the Echoes of New Eden podcast with his co-host Taylor. Trust me, it's a great time to be had. It's live every Thursday. If you want to go onto the Echoes of New Eden Discord, you can jump right into the studio and listen in live. You can add to the conversation within the chat. And also for your Discord to supply all your kill recording needs, there is the Auxilus app by PM Blue. If you are interested in this, please contact PM Blue, and he'll get you details on how you can get it to your Discord. It's got a lot of features on it. We're going to touch on some new features he just added on this week coming up on the community news as well. And also, because I haven't pushed them enough, there is the New Eden Radio, where they have some great live shows throughout the week. I particularly love the one that's on Sunday by Mackenzie and Rosalind as your DJs. It's just a really great time to be had with your community members, where we can all just get together and have a great laugh. And that's going to do it for me. So have a great week, have a great weekend, fly safe. Remember, we are always one vision, one purpose, one front. Thank you.